Welcome back, and that was Out of Sight. Those were some classic hits from Grammy award-winning Motown legend, Mr. Smokey Robinson. And he's joining us live to tell us all about his new album and more. So please welcome the one and only Smokey Robinson.
What an honor. I'm speaking with the soundtrack to my youth, going to family members' houses. Smokey, your voice was filling all those rooms, all those hallways, so it's an honor to speak with you, sir. That needed to be said.
Well, it's my pleasure, and thank you very much for that. Bless you.
Hey, bless you, brother. Now, let's get into a question I want to ask you, and I also hope we don't get canceled when I ask this. Your new album is called Gasms. How did you get to that title? I love it.
Well, I was planning on releasing a new album. I hadn't had a new album of original material in close to probably 10 years, you know. And so I was planning on doing that, and I was at the piano, and I was writing some songs, and I figured, I said, what can I do that's going to create some instant attention? What subject is there that would create some instant controversy or attention to what I'm saying? So I thought about Gasms, you know.
Yeah.
And I thought that it was going to do exactly what it has done, really, because everybody's been talking about that. I've had some people to contact me online and say, well, what are you talking about Gasms? Well, you're too old to talk about Gasms. And, you know,
never that.
Absolutely. Not yet.
Yeah. I love it. But I mean, well, really, it's about what you're talking about is having a mind-blowing experience.
Yeah, not yet. But I think that when people think about Gasms, the first gasm that comes to their mind is orgasm. You know, and so I think that that's the first thing that they would think about. However, a gasm is any good feeling. I looked it up before I completed the song. I wanted to know for myself before I came out and just be talking about orgasms, you know. I wanted to know what the word meant. And so it means any good feeling. Any good feeling you might have is a gasm. So I hope that every song on this particular album is a gasm, because the point was to try to create that interest and that controversy right off the bat.
Well, I think you accomplished that, sir. I think you definitely did. People are talking about it just like they're talking about your whole career. 2 thumbs up. That was so lame. I'm talking to Smokey Robinson. All right, let's get to it. You're scheduled to perform at the Grammys. You have 4 Grammy wins of your own. Is there one that means more than the other, or are they all your children?
Well, they are, but I think that probably my Grammy thing that means them. Well, I have a Living Legend Grammy award also, which I'm very, very proud of. But I think the one that I probably think the most about is when I won for the song Just to See Her. Because at that point, I was up against Michael Jackson and Luther Vandross and some other people like that. And I just thought, well, there's no way in the world I'm going to win this. I was actually performing in Las Vegas the night that they had the Grammys that I won. They interrupted my show in Las Vegas to tell me that I'd won the Grammy, because I wasn't even thinking about that. I knew good and well I could not, with the people I was up against, I knew good and well I could not possibly win the Grammy. But so I'm really proud of that.
It's a good one.
Oh, man, Smokey Robinson. I can hear my Uncle Clarence right now. He's like, the first time I heard you on a record player, Uncle Clarence said, man, come in here. I'm going to show you some Smokey. And he put your record on, and I will never, ever forget that. So I want to talk to you about family, because your granddaughter, Kennedy, who, of course, is super important to your life, has a very important person in her life. That's Taylor Swift. And you took her to the Eras concert, and she got a chance to meet her. So does this make you a Swiftie as well?
Well, I was a Swiftie before then, because I love Taylor. She's such a sweetheart. She's a wonderful, wonderful young lady, and I have a great relationship with her. I've known her for a long time, almost since I first heard about her. And she's just a great person. Her parents are great people. And so my granddaughter, of course, is like a Swiftie, and all of her little partners. And it was amazing to me, the fact that when we went to the concert to see her, you know, of course, I took them backstage to meet her and meet her family and so on and so forth. But when we got out where the audience was, first of all, she shut the city down. Pittsburgh
Yes.
was absolutely shut down. You would think that the president was there or something like that because they were shut down. Okay, and then when we got to the stadium, there were probably 2,000-3,000 people out there who couldn't even get in. It was almost like tailgating or something. It was amazing, and she had those people packed in there like that. And I had never seen, I've seen everybody, man. I've gone to see everybody almost that you can think of. I have never seen anything like that.
Wow.
And I love the fact that she was so cordial to my granddaughter and her friend, and she's just a great person, and I've always loved her. So I think that it was just a wonderful experience for my granddaughter. I was glad to be able to provide that for her.
#1 granddad, and what an endorsement for Taylor Swift.
Yes,
Mr.
wonderful
Smokey
experience for us.
And I'm not gonna say #1 granddaughter now because I got 4 granddaughters.
I said #1 granddad. Granddad.
Yeah, I got to go home.
Yeah. Well,
I still got to be in the family.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. No tea, no shade. Mr. Smokey Robinson, thank you so much for joining us.
sir.
And DBL Nation, for dates to see Smokey perform live, visit SmokeyRobinson.com. And before we go, we're going to play Beside You from your new album, Gasms. Thank you again, Smokey.
Thank you. Come back soon.
Thank you guys very much. Thank you. Searching for a helping hand. I love you.